Divine greetings and gratitude, everyone. If you guys are new here, my name is Cassandra. I'm the witch, author, poet, and performer of Magic of Eden. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if you guys are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred garden. I am always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. Now, today, as you can tell by the title and by the thumbnail, this is going to be a reading for your divine partner. What does your divine partner want to communicate to you? What messages does your divine partner or partners have to give to you tonight? This message is definitely a timeless one, and no matter where you are, no matter what time it is, no matter what part of the world you're in, may this message reach you in the most perfect and beautifully divine timing. I wanted to go ahead and get started off with a quick prayer. Divine, we thank you and we love you and we approach you with the utmost respect, love, honor, and humility. Thank you so much for your divine love and benevolent protection, and thank you for always walking with us as we journey throughout life. Thank you so much for the many blessings and the encounters that we have made along our journeys, as each of those encounters and each person that we have met and all of the people that we have ever encountered in our lives are there to help us move forward and pace along our journeys. They are all meant to help us remain in alignment. Thank you so much for our guides who are constantly around us, loving us, and just offering their words of wisdom, love, and light to us as we navigate throughout these dark and murky waters of Scorpio season and also beyond. Thank you so much, Divine, for allowing us to be here right now to fellowship together and immerse ourselves into this tarot reading. I set the intention that whoever is listening to this feels warm, feels loved, feels welcome, feels secured, feels honored, feels appreciated, loved, and also may they always experience the highest and the best they possibly can. Thank you so much for allowing me to be the vessel to relay any messages that my soul tribe needs to hear right now. May these messages bring them comfort, clarity, and love. And it is so. All right, so that is our prayer. And I really did feel that. I felt so good giving that prayer, and I hope that you can accept that as an offering from my heart to yours. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to pause because I want you guys to choose your deck or choose your piles. Now, if you guys are new here, I would like to invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. The reason is because I'm going to be a lot more consistent, as I have been, with providing messages, intuitive insights, and whatever else I can possibly provide you from me to help you along your journey, because I am stepping up and doing what I have to do to ensure that I am playing my part in the elevation of humanity. And I just want to offer so many things to you guys because that's just how much I love you, right? And make sure that you send this video to someone who you believe may need to hear it. Make sure that you listen to your messages all the way through. The reason why is because you want to get all the information that you possibly can. Also, the more that you engage with me, it lets the YouTube algorithm know that my videos are important. So if you resonate with me and my energy, please go ahead, give this video a thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, and send this to a friend. Also, comment down below whatever kind of readings you would like for me to do for you guys, and I'm more than happy to do that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and immerse ourselves, and I will see you over at your timestamps. Alright, if you chose pile number 1, start where you are. This is your intuitive message, and we're going to go ahead and leave those there. And the deck that we're going to be working with is the Angel Tarot cards. And I am going to be honest with you, normally around this time, I typically gravitate more towards different kinds of decks and whatnot because of the type of really heavy and dense energy that I hold. I tend to really enjoy things that are of that kind of energy. For whatever reason, I have been guided to just kind of keep it softer and also flow with the vibes of like angelic energies and things like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and honor that. Also, if y'all are returning back here, if you guys are part of the Eden Family Soul Tribe, I am feeling intuitively guided to do the reading in a different way. I'm being called to kind of switch up the way that I'm delivering my messages, and so I'm going to follow that. Please understand that this is not me being fake or phony or trying to fall into any other type of vibe. It's just that this is just simply what I'm being called to do. The reason why is because I know that sometimes we're just so used to how people show up, and then we forget that these people have so many different types of vibes to them. And I'm not saying that you guys do this, but maybe this is really just a message on itself, is that there are ways that I'm being called to show up to my community now. And so this is just what I feel like I need to do. And this is what I feel like I'm being guided to do. So the messages may sound a little bit different, and I'm just going to sit here and I'm just going to honor it. And it's so interesting that I say that, because I feel like for you guys, your divine partners are wanting you to show this other part of yourself that you're not used to showing. And I feel like the word that comes to mind is hesitancy. And it almost kind of feels like there is someone who may feel a bit hesitant for some reason, and they just feel really unsure. And it's kind of, I'm getting this vision of somebody kind of dipping their toe in a water, right? And the water feels a bit cold to touch. And it's like they're just not really wanting to move forward, or they're afraid to, because they're afraid of the shock of the water. But it's one of those things where, is it really cold, or is that just simply what you're expecting? And I feel like Spirit is asking you to open up, and your divine partner is wanting you to open up. There is a level of softness that is with this reading. Like this, your divine partner, what I'm hearing is like they're coming off as someone who has like a gentle touch. They may be someone where you may be used to experiencing something that's more on a rougher side. You may be used to experiencing something that's a bit more chaotic, and it's new territory for you is what I'm hearing. This really does feel like, it feels like newness, and I'm getting a whiff of like peppermint. It feels new, it feels fresh, but it also feels a little scary. It's so funny that I say that it feels a little scary and it feels fresh. Reason being is because we do have the Dreamer here, which actually is the Full card. So the Full card is immediately coming up in reverse. And I'm going to move these to the side, y'all. What I'm getting with that, and the beautiful thing about this Full card coming up in reverse, is that it's almost kind of like this feeling of like, okay, listen, I really, really, really do like you. I really, really, really do love you. And I really know that we can make this work, but I'm so afraid of being attached because everyone that I love seems to leave. And I'm just afraid that if I get too attached to this, or if I fall too deeply or head over heels, that something is going to happen where it disrupts what we are building, what we want to do. And I feel the best thing for me is just to back out. And your divine partner is saying, I want you to understand and realize that nothing truly is permanent. Everything has its cap. Everything is going to end at some point. But the crazy part about that is that even when it does end, there is always a new start. This is not the end for us. In fact, I feel that what I'm hearing is that you and this divine partner have crossed each other's over lifetimes. And this feels like, it's giving me soulmate energy, and I'm hearing like twin flame energy. But the thing about this is that in this instant, it almost kind of feels like the bond of the soulmate seems to be it seems to weigh a bit more than the twin flame. And I say that because not all twin flames end up together, but this feels like a soul relationship that has carried across lifetimes. Like y'all knew each other from a past life, and like no matter what, you guys always tend to run into each other. It's not always like that with everyone, but this is something where it's an encounter that just keeps meeting and meeting and meeting. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting from this. I'm also feeling like with the start where you are, just be where you're at, and just simply and be you. But also there's this message about you opening up more. You opening up more and sharing these parts of yourself that you're not used to sharing. I also feel like some of you guys are really going through, it's a transition, and it's an emotional one. And there's so many memories that what Spirit is saying is that you're taking with you, and Spirit is asking you to just be right exactly where you are. And the fact that you have this start where you are card, that is coming out. Let me read that. It says, the great thing about feeling deep, profound, earth-shaking love is that you can start with anyone. Next, the universe. This has everything to do with you stopping and you holding space for yourself in a very loving way. But also, I feel like with the Six of Swords here in the Moon card is that this transition is deeply personal, and that this phase or this thing that you're going through right now is, it just feels like, it feels like you guys are in a space where you're stuck. Like, some of you guys really do feel stuck, and you want to push forward and you want to move forward and you want to go with this thing, but you're just afraid. Like, there is definitely a fear here. And with the Moon card here, we have important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. I feel like you guys are going through it mentally, and you guys are, there's a fear. You guys are afraid. Some of you, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, take a trip. I really feel like with this, Spirit is asking you to get out of your head with this one, and your divine partner is there. If you decided that you were going to go and take a leap forward, you are going to meet this divine partner. And also what I'm hearing is that meet them where they're at. This individual or whoever this is wanting to meet you where you're at. Start where you are. They are not judging you. Your divine partner is not judging you for the things that you went through. Your divine partner is not judging you for the things in the past. If anything, with the Ace of Earth here, what they're wanting to do is that they're wanting to invest, and they're wanting to pour into you the things that you need in order to help you heal, but also whatever it is, like whatever journey you're on, they want to give to you right now. So with this Ace of Earth or the Ace of Pentacles, it's one of those things where if you decided to put your time, your effort, your love, whatever into this, I feel that eventually it's going to grow. The thing is, though, is that you have to be really honest, and you have to open up about the things that you don't talk about, and you have to be willing to share these parts of you that you're not used to sharing with other people. What I'm hearing is that, again, they are willing to meet you where you're at, and the reason is because they know that because of what you've been through, that they're not going to hold anything against you. Like, if you were to react out of trauma respond, the reason why they won't hold it against you is because they know that you have to come out of that. And with repetition of you constantly allowing yourself to open up and deflower, this individual is saying you're going to grow. You just have to trust them to be there. What I just heard was, I'll be there to catch you when you fall. That's interesting, because we do have the Dreamer here, which obviously, again, is the Fool card. I'll be here to catch you if you fall. I feel like you guys are people who are very vulnerable, who feel things very deeply, sometimes more deeply than other people. And it's because of that that you feel like, you know what, people just aren't going to get it. Like, I can't do this. Like, in my last relationship, this happened. And I also feel with that is that you're moving away from that. And I also feel like there's just like this chain I'm seeing around someone's ankle. And it's like, no matter where I go, I feel like this thing just keeps following me, and it's heavy. I feel like this is definitely a time where it's time for you to just simply open up your heart a little bit more and share that. The Moon here is connecting me to a fountain. I'm seeing something about a fountain or wishing well is what I'm hearing. It's like a wishing well. You have the Five of Earth here in reverse. And you also have what looks like the Five of Swords. Yeah, you guys are, this is healing. Your divine partner wants you to know that they want to heal with you. They are wanting to do this healing with you because that's how much they love you, and they're willing to meet you exactly where you're at. And they are not judging you. This is not one of those things where you're left to figure out on your own. In fact, what I'm hearing is that your divine partner is opening up a space for you, which means that it could be a literal space. It could be you. Oh my God, offering. I was going to say like they're offering their home to you and they want to build. Remember earlier when we said that the Ace of Earth, that if you decided to pour into this, that it's going to grow over time, this was that confirmation. I feel that with the Ten of Earth here, they want to have a family with you. They want to have a legacy. They want to do something with you, but it takes for you being honest and open with them enough to pour out the things that you are not sharing. They are willing to meet you where you're at. They're not judging your financial situation. They're not judging you for any of those things that you have went through in the past. In fact, they want to pour into you. They want to help you. They want to give you financial security. They want to do this thing. This feels like divine feminine having to figure it out for so long. And now this other divine masculine is coming in saying that I want to give to you in this way, but I can't do that if you won't let me, because I'm not going to force this on you. I'm going to respect every single last boundary that you have, because I understand where you are. And I'm willing to meet you where you're at. You can start where you are because I've been there, and that's why I'm so patient. This person, that your divine partner, really does feel like they feel like King of Cups or like Queen of Cups. Like, that's the energy that I'm getting with that. It's almost like they come off as calculated, but they're not calculating you. They're listening. They have this way of just listening and seeing things from different perspectives, and they have this way of bringing comfort. And it's one of those things where you're not used to it, but yeah, like, it takes some getting used to, and you just have to allow yourself to just deprogram. But you don't just deprogram, you have to go through the process of it. This seven of wands is coming out with this one. I'm just going to ask for clarity for that 7 of wands. I just heard that they would never put you in a spot where you're forced to defend yourself. Release. Oh my goodness. I love this for you. Release. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. I feel like if you guys are currently in a relationship and you're looking to end it, your divine partner is encouraging you to do this, but so are your guides, so are your angels, your archangels, your ancestors. Like, you are definitely being encouraged to let these things go. And the reason is because you no longer need to be in a space where you're constantly having to defend yourself. The overall message here for pile number 1, or for those of you that chose pile number 1, it really feels like there is some type of emotional release that can come of this. It feels orgasmic, but you have to trust yourself to open up and to deflower. And as I say that, I'm seeing a rose, and then I'm also seeing a peony in this flower. They're pink. And I'm seeing this peony flower just open up. The beauty of the peony is that it has a very dual message and a dual meaning. Because if you look at the seeds of a peony, they don't look like they're very vibrant. Like, they look almost, I don't want to say off-putting, but they bring a completely different vibe. The seeds of these peonies are they're so profoundly spiritual and strong, and just the vibe of it looks daunting, but this is a representation of the seeds that are being planted. You come from a space where things were rough, things were just they weren't all love and light. Like, you come from a really harsh place, or that's where you're coming from. You've come from a space that was just daunting. It was overwhelming. It was full of trauma. It was full of so many different things, but there was so much beauty in all of these different moments, and there's so much beauty to you. Some of you guys may even appear to be more harmful than what you are, and when you allow yourself to be planted in certain conditions and in a certain space, and if you are watered properly, if you are cared for properly, you'll end up growing into this flower. Now, the beauty about the peony is that before the peony blooms, right, before that loving light from the sun hits the peony, it's hard on the outside. It's not until it's watered and the sunlight hits it where it just opens. And if handled the wrong way, it is very fragile. The petals will fall away and things of that nature. So this represents someone knowing exactly how to work with your energy, because they've been there before, and that's what attracts them to you, because they know that this is not a surface level relationship. They know that there is depth, that there is meaning to this, that this is a relationship that is very spiritually enlightening and transformative, and that's exactly why they are choosing you. So if you are listening to this for pile number 1, your divine partner wants you to know that they are choosing you because of who you are, and they are willing to meet you exactly where you're at. They're willing to meet you exactly where you are. Remember, start where you are, and it starts with love, okay? That is what I feel like the message is for you guys. Spirit, is there any other messages that also the six of wands here? This is definitely this feels like them saying, I'm showing up for you with this 10 of wands here. I'm showing up for you. You do not have to carry this burden alone. I am here for you. Just let me be there. I'm on this journey with you. I am here to show you what love is. Oh my goodness, you guys. I was just thinking like, okay, is this long term? Is it short term? This is a long term relationship, especially with the 10 of Pentacles here. And you also got the 10 of Cups. If you allow yourself to open up to this person or to this energy, then you are going to be so glad you did. It's just, you have to, what Spirit is saying, take a leap of faith. You have to jump out on your intuition and know that you will be cared for in this space. I cannot shake that feeling, and I really do love that for you. We're going to go ahead and look. Don't back down here. Stand up for what you believe is right. Also, there's this element of you allowing yourself to know, and what Spirit is saying is like, fight for love. If people around you are saying you're naive, like you went through this before, like you're just going to give this another chance, and like you have people all in your ear saying, well, you're just dumb for doing this. Don't listen to them, because they truly don't know what love is, because love is a choice. And if you continuously choose to be in love with yourself, in love with these flowers, in love with this candle, or in love with whatever, right? If you choose to be in love, that means that you are actively in presence with everything around you. And when you are in love, you can see the highest light in this individual. Now, especially when you are in tune with your intuition, because your intuition will let you know what is actually good for you. Don't back down. If people think that you're a fool, that you're naive, you've learned so much, but that's because they're choosing to see that part of you, or they're choosing to see the past that you experienced, right? Spirit is asking you to tune all that out, because no matter what, you will always be led to the love that you deserve and that you need. And you know that, because this is an ongoing journey. It's growth. And Spirit is asking you to understand that. Also, we have boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Like, you have to understand also, there's a need to keep this private. Like I just heard, keep this affair private. Not everyone needs to know this. This is one of those vibes where it's like you just pop up married. You just pop up and people are like, wait, what? When did this happen? And then so many questions come in, and you're just like, you know what? When it happens, like, doesn't even matter. Just know that I'm happy. And the Spirit is saying, you know what? They are going to have to honor that. Also, it says it's up to you. With this angel saying that it's up to you, you have the choice. If you want to open up to this, you can. And if you don't have to. At the end of the day, you know what is right for you, and your divine partner is here to support you. Also, if you were getting engaged and you said no, that person, what I'm hearing, is not going to hold it against you, because that person knows that everything is divine. This energy, your divine partner, is such an understanding individual. It is so hard to come across people like that these days, unfortunately. Meditation brings answers. Stick to yourself for a little bit. Spend some alone time. Oh, look at that victory. Oh, you have victory here, and you also have the six of wands, and then you also have angel of balance. These energies are here to support you. Like this, your divine partner is so supportive and loving and so full of just light that it feels so refreshing. Like I'm seeing peppermint, and I'm also seeing roses now. I feel like if you were going to create an oil for like, setting your intention to bring in a divine partner, that oil would have rose in it, and it will also have some type of like some peppermint. And I'm also seeing something else that you can also use. Also, I feel like I'm going to do a video on how to manifest your divine partner, or how to manifest a partner. I'm going to be doing that because that actually happened to me, and I'll explain it in another video. But this feels really, really good. I don't know why, but I feel like I want to pull some charms. My charms are right here. I've been seeing charm readings like a lot on my feed, and I want to give it a try. So here they are here. It's going to get pretty loud, so I'm going to go ahead and dig in. And I'm going to do it now. All right. So there's a key here, and this key is sitting directly on top of this. I'm feeling like with the way that these charms are out here, the moon is here. We have a hand here. What is this that is standing out? The lovers. You are, oh my goodness, you guys, the lovers is here. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. My nails are in the way. I'm sorry, but this is the lovers. The lovers. This is a healthy relationship if you were to choose it. If your soul knows, it's up to you, but I feel that this is, you're being encouraged. You have several tarot cards here that I'm seeing. The Wheel of Fortune is also here. Yes, this is a yes. It's up to you, but this is a yes. If you decided to go with this thing, I do feel that it will bring you so much love, joy, and fulfillment. For those of you guys that are dealing with some type of like feeling of something, I'm seeing that it's all going to heal. Like everything is going to heal. Your happiness is your gateway to healing right now. And I feel like this is healthy. You can set your boundaries. They understand. They are not judging you for it. Also, what I do feel too is that it feels like I'm seeing that you guys are going to receive some kind of gift. And I'm also hearing something about a shopping spree. I feel like there's a gift to be given here. There definitely is a gift to be given. What I'm also seeing too is that I just heard the word uncovering. This feels like health, wealth, vitality, uncovering, emotional development, emotional fulfillment, and this is a karmic and fated type of vibe. It feels very grounding, especially the fact that we have the triangle here. It feels grounding. It feels supportive. It feels very deeply mysterious. This to me also indicates that there is some type of unknown element that you're going through. It's dark. The skies are dark, but the sky is lit up with stars. It's so beautiful. And what I'm also getting a vision of is that there's two people laying on grass, and they're looking up at the sky, and there's something very specific about the Big Dipper and Orion's belt. And I'm also seeing the Northern Lights. It's like the perfect date. I'm picking up on something about the two of you bonding over science. Like no one else is going to get it, but there's something where you guys, inside jokes. Like I'm hearing inside jokes. Also, I feel like you guys are going to get married. But hey, thank you guys for tuning into this message. I hope that it helped. I love you guys so much. If you guys need anything from me, you guys can visit me online over at CassandraTurner.com. You guys can also visit me over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. I am always here to help whenever I can. Also, I just uncovered what looks like is that a wasp or something like that? Or some type of winged insect. I just heard the word plenty with this. You guys are going to have plenty of time to swim, to dive, to fly together. Like, I really do feel that. You guys have keys. I feel like you guys are unlocking a new achievement here. Yeah, this definitely is unlocking a new achievement. Anyways, I love you guys, and I will catch you in my next video. If you guys chose pile number 2, thank you so much for meeting me at your timestamp. And we're going to go ahead and dive right into the reading. If you guys hear anything in the background, I do apologize. My phone has been lighting up a lot. And it's really interesting because I tend to do a lot better with noises in the background. At least I've been trying to recently, but it's just been coming in. I thought that I put my phone on. As a matter of fact, I think it's actually my iPad. Anyway, so with this one, I feel like when I was shuffling the cards earlier, it just felt like I don't want to say it felt like a rush, but it almost kind of came off as if pile number 2 is just ready. Like they are ready for something. Like they do not, it's like fast action, fast pace. Whoever this is, it feels like they are just ready to take things to the next level. It feels like this group or these individuals, they're just ready. They're ready for something. They want something to move and progress. Like that's what this feels like. Like they want an answer. Also, with the Wheel card or the Wheel of Fortune, it did come up in reverse at first. But for whatever reason, I just felt the need to put it upright. All right, so basically with these cards that have come out here, there's some type of turnaround. Queen of Water, Queen of Cups here. Okay. Oh my goodness, okay. All right, so it says time for a love fest. Let's go back to these real quick. Time for a love fest. All right, so we have actually everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons, and usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest, which is always a good thing. Groovy you, the universe. This to me is extremely interesting because I just heard the word breakup. And it's interesting because the Wheel of Fortune did come up here in reverse with this one. So I'm going to put it back in the reverse position. The Magician card also wanted to come out in reverse. And also this Knight of Water, this also, I believe, came up in reverse, but I switched it around. This feels like this is something ending. I hate to be this person or this type of energy, but for number 2, it almost kind of feels like some of you guys are just saying, I don't want to be in this anymore because I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the game. This is an established relationship for some of you guys. And you're like, you know what? I can't do this. It feels like some of you guys checked out a long time ago and you're now in a situation where it's like, listen, like I've been done for a while now. Like nothing that you can say, there's nothing new under the sun. I just want this to end. Like I'm ready for this to just be done with. Like I don't want this. I've outgrown this space. I can no longer do this anymore. Like that's what this feels like. It feels like one of those things where it's like you're just ready to go. 6 of Pentacles. Gifts, money, time, effort, new career opportunity. Yeah, it's like for some of y'all, you've been putting so much into this thing to where some of you started to lose yourself. And it almost kind of feels like you guys are just ready for this reciprocity. And your divine part, this, for me, I feel like for this reading, you guys, for file number 2, this is your future divine partner talking to you. I feel like right now, some of you guys are actually in a relationship and you're waiting for that to end because it's like, I'm ready to move on. Like, I can't. I'm going to be honest with you, take it as it resonates. Some of you guys or some people have been talking to other people behind the scenes, not in a very disrespectful way, but because you interact with people, it's like, I feel like this is really the person that I'm meant to be with. Because the one person that I'm with right now, we're not moving, we're not progressing. We keep going through the same cycles over and over again. I'm outgrowing. I need something to change. I'm ready for something different. I want something different. And now what I'm hearing is that whenever you find yourself around this other individual, no matter where it may be, whether you go to a park and you see them there, or you go to a grocery store, you see them there, or I'm seeing like you guys may have went to church together back in your church days, or there's something about this memory of this one person, or every time you're around them, you feel something. It's like, I know that even though I'm in this relationship, that just because I'm in this relationship, it doesn't stop how I feel for you. And I feel like your divine partner respects the fact that you are in this dynamic and they don't want to overstep, but they do feel like they feel so much for you and you for them. And I feel like now, I just heard like, okay, I'm so tired of playing these mind games. Like there's mind games going on in the current relationship and you're just like, you know what? I've outgrown this. I can't anymore. Just please just let me go. Like I'm ready for something so different. Like I want to feel myself. I want to see the wonders of this universe. Like when I look into your eyes, I see the stars. I see galaxies. Like I see so many things. But when I'm here, I just feel so out of place. I feel outdated. I feel like I'm just outgrowing this space. Jupiter energy all the way with this group. Expansion is is the word that's coming through right now, and I really do feel like you guys really do want something more, and you've been giving so much of yourself into this. You're like, this is no longer for me. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Like I just do not want to be. And your future partner, your divine partner, the person who's coming up, what I'm hearing is that for some of you guys, you may go through another couple of people, or if you're on the dating scene, you may go through a few people before you find them, right? But this time it's like, all right, I just feel now I'm getting a vision. Or okay, have you guys ever seen Black Mirror? I can't remember exactly which one it was, but remember how there was this episode where the two people like they were like using these like dating apps or something like that, and then they had to like go through people, like they felt like they met their match and then they were with people or something like that, and they were just like, no matter who I'm with, no matter who I make love to, or no matter who I have relations with, it's always you on my mind. It's because it's meant to be. That's what this feels like. It's like you guys just there's no one else for you, and you know that. And it's this relationship that you're in right now, this dynamic that is holding you back from experiencing this. And that's what Spirit is saying. So some of you guys may be in a relationship now and it's ending. And Spirit is saying, you know what? Have grace with that. The Queen of Cups here, tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. And you also have Knight of Cups here. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions and invitation to a social event. It's interesting because I really do feel that for this group, I keep getting this feeling of, I just keep getting this feeling like you guys are you're going to meet the one, but for some of you, you've already met the one. It's just a matter of you guys redeveloping and rekindling that relationship. I feel like some of y'all are already in one and you are just letting it go because it's just not for you anymore. It's just not. Right here, yeah, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. It's time to move on to something else. It's time to move on into this relationship. It is time to move on because you want to feel overwhelmed with love and joy. You want to feel just deep. You want to reach the heights with this person. You want to go and on an adventure with this person. And I feel like your divine partner wants that with you as well. Like, I cannot make this up, like, at all. Like, I can't make it up. Like, it just feels like the synchronicities probably are hitting for you guys. I would not be surprised if you kept seeing 222 or something like that. You have renewal. Look at that. Review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. You guys are leaving out of a current relationship, and it is something that you know that you've been wanting for a while. Seven of Swords, plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. I just think that with this Seven of Swords here, of course, with the Wheel of Fortune, the relationship, this is gonna, okay, look, just take it as it resonates. I just heard passing time by. Some of you guys are in these relationships because you're trying to pass time by because you don't want to be bored or alone. And so some of you guys settled. But now it's like because you know so much more of your worth, you will never settle again and you will never make that mistake again. Because so much of your energy was put into this. And now you're like, you know what? I deserve better. And so do you. I should have never chosen to be with you out of loneliness, or out of the fear of being alone. But I would have rather us spent time alone and meditation, doing our own thing, because then it wouldn't have gotten this far, and for that I am so sorry. I know that the best thing that I can do for you and myself is to move on, and I know that I may have hurt you, and I apologize for hurting you in this way. I never meant to hurt you in this way. I just really felt like being in this was something that I needed to be in, which evidently it was to some degree, because no matter what, you can always find a lesson in it. But I feel like I shouldn't have spent so much time with this. What I just heard was that for some of you, this was a 6-month-long relationship, and it isn't going no further than that. It isn't. And it feels, it's better to just, cut the hangnail out now than wait. And then you have just like this, build up of, energy, or build up of pus that's going to become eventually infected. I don't know why that was a metaphor that came through, but I'm just going to trust it. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to say to this group? Whoa. The Hermit and the World. And with the World card and the Hermit coming up here, I really feel like Spirit is asking you to leave. I feel like this relationship that you guys are currently in is keeping you away from experiencing the best that you possibly can. What I just heard was, don't let your girlfriend or don't let your boyfriend keep you away from your wife or your husband. Like, that sounds messed up, but I'm just gonna go with it because that's what I feel. Like, it's, don't let this one experience keep you from experiencing the best of the best because you feel that this is all you're gonna get. No. Open your mind up, open your heart up to receiving that. Let this current relationship go. If you decide to, you will experience a lot more wonder in your relationship with yourself. Just let it be. With the 8 of Swords in reverse here, and also with this Knight of Swords, and with the Hermit in reverse here, it almost feels like Spirit is asking you guys to, this sounds really, really cliche. Try not to be so critical or overthink the situation. Like, don't overthink this. Like, you know already. You've been through this, you know already. With the Magician in reverse also, it's like, trust and believe that no matter what, everything is going to work out. Like, that's just what I'm getting from it. Like, I know that other people may be like, oh, well, I'm getting something different. That's okay. You get what you get from that. What I feel is like, there is this need for you to just trust and know that no matter what, it is going to work out. Too many times you went against yourself. Too many times you went against how you felt. Too many times you knew that you needed to do something and you didn't do it, and you felt like it just didn't feel like you were experiencing the best. I feel that your divine partner wants you to know that what I'm hearing is, no matter how long it takes, I will wait for you. Like, I'm not saying that just because it sounds good. I'm saying that because that's what it feels like. But in this instance, it's like you are the one that just wants to just get out of it. Also, before you decide to exit, make sure that you have all of your ducks in a row. Make sure that you have make sure that you have your beans in multiple baskets. Like, I'm seeing garbanzo beans, and I'm seeing them in a basket. And I'm seeing them like freshly picked. And I'm also seeing peas. So this feels like it's something that's you're reaping or gathering. It could be money. It could be something of plenty. Make sure that before you go, that you have something saved up, because there could potentially be something that could happen when you exit this relationship that you'll have to buy again as a result of like the ending of the relationship. So just be mindful of that. Receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. And then you also have focus, intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. You have abundance here, and then you also have reconsider. You have the thinking man, and you have third chakra archangel Chamuel, I believe. I feel like I just butchered that person. Butchered that name. Okay. I really do feel like with these here, it's like no matter who is saying what, I feel like you want to be in a space where you are able to receive as much as you give. Like, there's this energy of like reciprocity that's coming through. And I also feel like some of you guys want something that makes you feel alive. If you guys have not set your intention for that, you may want to. Because this feels like a new partner coming in for some of y'all. It's like, okay, I really want to experience newness. For others of you, this person has always been there. When you two set your intention for something, mark my words, y'all are going to come together and it's going to be like, wow, I should have known it was you. I should have known that it was you. How did I not see that coming? That's what I feel like for some of y'all. I really, really do. With this reconsider card, I'm hearing weigh your options, reconsider. Really think about what you're doing and who you're doing it with this one. Also, if you guys were going to enter into something and you feel in your deep within your gut like, okay, I probably shouldn't be doing this, then you probably shouldn't. Also, the thinking man. Also, try not to be so quick to act. Really think about what you're doing and really set your intention on abundance. Spirit is saying, this is bringing me to the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is not here, but what I do feel like is this is one of those things where you really do have to focus and you have to say, okay, this is what my options are. I don't want to just receive anything. I want something of quality, and I really want to make sure that this person thinks of me as much as I think of them. I feel that Spirit is putting you in a space where you feel like you're in a space where you have to, what Spirit is saying is do less. The thinking man. This individual is definitely thinking of you, like for real. And they're thinking, okay, what can I do? What can I say? What can I do? What can I say to make you stay? And it's like, nope, don't want to. I'm not staying. There's nothing you can make me say. Also, with this third chakra here, this is bringing me the solar plexus energy. This is coming to life. Energy, focus, love, vibrancy. It's like, I want to share. Like, I just want something that makes me feel alive to my core. Like, that's what I want. And I feel like that is something that Spirit is asking you to set your intention for. I'm smelling lemon, and I'm also seeing calendula. And I'm also hearing lemon balm. There's something dealing with like something like citrus. Like it feels very citrusy. And also I'm seeing oranges. Like you may want to eat oranges or you may want to work with that. But it feels like I'm picking up on citrus fruits. Pineapple, oranges, lemons, limes, like things of that nature. Like that's what this feels like. And it feels very plenty. Research the symbolism of the orange, of the lemon, all those things. I know you can use lemons as some type of like cleansing work. You can definitely do that. And it's like there's this like the acid is what's sticking out to me the most. I also just heard cleanse your gut area and cleanse your womb space to prepare for something. Also, I feel like with this abundance card here, really think about what abundance is for you and make sure that you set your attention for the abundance of something. Not just for abundance, because abundance of what? Abundance of love, money, whatever it may be. Really sit down and think about that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull a few charms because I've been seeing charm readings all over my feed and I just want to try it out. I'm going to dive in right now. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, you have the Ankh here. The Ankh was the first one to stand out to me. And you also have what looks like the moon. Yeah, you have La Luna. You have the moon here. And you also have the lovers. Okay. Frustrations being brought to the surface. I'm hearing to be really careful. The arguments, be very careful with that. Be careful with what you say. Also, you have the cross and the star here. I think this is definitely one of those things where you want to set your intention. I feel like setting your intention is definitely going to help. I also feel that wise decision making is definitely something that you want to do. You have the wheel here. I feel like with this wheel here, a spirit is asking you to not act out of your emotions, by the way. Be very careful as to what you say and who you say it to. Be careful not to move too fast. Because if you do, you could miss an important step and it can make everything just go to shit. That's what I'm hearing. Pardon my French, but that's what it like sounds, that's what it feels like. With this amethyst, I really do feel the fact that it landed on this thinking man here, I feel like this has everything to do with you allowing yourself to receive the downloads that you need. Be open to guidance that you know feels right. Also, listen more to your intuition than you do to your head. Allow yourself to exit this relationship and you'll find something better, something new, something where you can fully sprout, grow, and be vibrant, because, right, it feels dull in your current relationship. And if you decided to move on, move past it, then you can expect a lot more vibrancy. Sun card is not here, but this third chakra card here is connecting me to solar energy. The person may be a Leo, or you may be a Leo, or there's something about like a fire sign. They may be a fire sign. They may not come off as a fire sign, or you may be leaving a relationship with a Leo, but there's definitely some type of Leo energy here. You may be the Leo saying, nah, I'm done with this shit, I'm over it. Anyways, with this Ankh here, new life is definitely being formed. There's a divine masculine and feminine connection here. It's equilibrium. I love that. Anyways, okay, you guys. I love you guys so much. If you guys need anything from me, you guys can visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. If you guys want to, you guys can follow me on Instagram over at Magic of Eden. And you're not really just following me, but we are doing this together. And we're holding hands. And last message, I feel like with this one, Spirit is asking you to really tune into your faith. Do not stray away from your faith. Do not stray away from your intuition. Spirit is asking you to put that first. Put your faith first. Whatever you believe in, whatever your spiritual routine looks like, honor your feelings and emotions. Let your frustrations out. Be honest about them and don't hide that. Also, Spirit is asking you to open up your heart space a little bit more. Okay, you guys, that's about all that I have for you guys. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video. Divine greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for coming on to pile number 3. We are going to go ahead and get started with our reading. And the card that we have upright is You Are Adored. You are adored. Immediately, I'm getting Venus energy. I'm definitely picking up on some Venus vibes here. I just heard Nefertiti, Aphrodite, and a very feminine ancestor. There's something about geranium, the flower geranium, and some type of perfume. Is that J'adore? J'adore. Like, it feels like some type of nice, expensive perfume. And J'adore is definitely one of those ones. I don't know why that perfume is coming through. Or something that smells really good and feminine. It's very magnetic. I'm also seeing sweet. I just heard sweet like the honeybee. Sweet like the honeybee. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. Bit bigger, so it's like a little bit harder. The Star. Ooh. You guys are working on a relationship. There's something that is being redefined here. They're willing to work on this with you. Oh, as I say that, you guys got the Ten of Cups as well. Oh, wow. I'm going to put that card right here. Right on my amethyst. Divine Feminine is working on itself. In order for this to progress and run through this, There's this version of someone that needs to come out in order to make this work. You have the Page of Cups here in reverse. Sometimes the Page of Cups comes up as a new person. The fact that this is in reverse, Knight of Cups is here. This is so interesting. It says, you are adored. Let's go ahead and read this card. Oh, and you also have Keep It Simple. 2 of them came out for you, actually. Yeah, two definitely came out. You are adored and Keep It Simple. All right, you are adored. Don't be fooled by the players and don't be fooled by yourself. There is no one more lovable, nor loved than you. I know everyone. Precious, the universe. Okay. And it says, keep it simple. Old souls use words very sparingly, except, of course, for I, love, thank you, wow, now, and cool. Wow, I love you, now, the universe. P.S., which sounds much better than wow, now, I love you. That is so true. Being very, it's like simplicity, but the fact that it's very simple, it still makes a very big difference. I just heard, I see more in you than what you see within yourself. And it's like, I want to make you happy. I feel like there's someone who may have had some type of self-esteem issue here. It feels like someone definitely had some type of self-love problem. I feel like this energy was very critical of themselves. This feels like, I don't know why, but I'm seeing it as a masculine appearing person being actually very sensitive and more sensitive than what they put off. Also, Queen of Swords brings that energy of discernment. It brings that energy of calling it exactly what it is. Queen of Swords says exactly what she needs to say. Well, it says what it needs to say. And it chooses its words very wisely. Like, there's nothing that is going to go unturned with the Queen of Swords energy. Also, the beautiful thing about this Queen of Swords is I feel like this is one of those things where it's a mindset change. And I feel like Divine Feminine is being asked to be very honest about the change that it needs to make in order to make this work. I feel like Divine Feminine is working on itself. For some of y'all, I feel like what Spirit is saying is that use this time while you are not in a relationship to work on yourself. And if you have been wanting to call in a relationship, you are being asked to wait and connect. For the people that chose pile number 3, you are being asked to wait and connect because there's still work to do. And this is something that I have to be honest and say, because if you really do want to be truly happy, whatever that looks like for you, your divine partner is already, what I'm hearing is that they're already established, and you have to do what you need to do in order to be of the same equilibrium, of the same match, of the same energy. And I feel like who you're trying to call in right now, again, already has their stuff together. So what I'm hearing is that you now have to get your stuff together by working on yourself, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your emotional body, right? Feeding yourself emotionally things that are healthy, that are vibrant. And also, I feel that there is a reconnecting of within yourself that Divine Feminine needs to do. Divine Masculine already has it together. And it's so funny because even though the Emperor is not here, I do feel that Emperor-like energy. And then also, 4 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Uh-oh. Well, it wants to come out. Whoa, you guys, I am tripping. I'm tripping hard. I just said the Emperor. The Emperor is here. I'm so glad I got that on camera. And we also have the High Priestess. Wow. What a reading for pile number 3. My goodness. Oh my God. Sorry, you guys. I'm going through it right now. I'm going through it. 4 of Wands, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. And then we have here the High Priestess. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. And then you have the Emperor, Archangel Michael, organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. This energy wants, your divine partner wants this dynamic to where some of you guys want gender roles, and if it works for you, let that work for you. Don't worry about what the world is saying. I know that yes, the world is progressing and we're moving into different ways of thinking and things of that and things like that, and that's great. If those ways of the world are not working for you, then you don't have to go with that. Spirit is saying that if this type of dynamic works for you, then let it work for you. You don't have to appease a certain crowd. If your friends don't get it, they don't get it. What I'm seeing here is that keep it simple and you are adored. This divine masculine energy is calling you in, but there's something about you that you bring to that dynamic and they want to take care of you. Divine masculine, if you are listening to this, Spirit is saying for you to call in that high priestess. If you are a man looking for a high priestess, it is going to come with you being able to provide a space for that divine feminine to thrive, for that divine feminine to flourish. This, to me, with this high priestess, she knows and she feels you. She prays for you. She sets her intention for you. She works on herself for you. She, or it's, whatever, insert whatever here, is doing what it needs to do for you. I'm going to be honest. This does feel like, to me, this feels like a traditional type of relationship. Some of you guys have already tried the whole lack of general, vibe. And it's like, you know what? It just doesn't work for me. I tried it. I can't, it doesn't feel authentic. For some of you guys, Spirit is saying to go with that. Go with what you feel. Go with what makes you feel the most authentic. I feel, Divine Feminine, that Spirit is saying that there is definitely some work that you need to do. And the reason is because you have to be willing to bring a part of yourself that is nurturing, that is grounded, that is understanding, that is rooted, that is secure within the self, that is confident in order to meet this match. The one that you are calling in is someone of such a high caliber, and you have to know that you are truly ready to receive that. How do you know that you're truly ready? Because you're setting your intention. Also, because you have to be willing to be in that energy. If you are not willing to be in that energy, to be authentic, to be honest, to be vocal, to be celebrated, to have attention, then Spirit is saying that it is not going to work, that the magic that you were doing is going to fail because you're not doing what you need to do. Divine Feminine, you are being asked to simply show up so that this divine masculine can find you. Like, it really does feel like Divine Masculine is trying to find you. And if you truly do want to be happy, then you are going to have to be honest about what it looks like. Be honest about what you need. Be honest about wanting to be taken care of. Divine Feminine wants to be nurtured, Divine Masculine. I'm seeing this flip, or this switch of roles. Divine Feminine took on the masculine role, and now it's time for that energy to take a step back so that Divine Feminine energy can flourish, can grow, can evolve. Also, with this, keep it simple. Don't overthink this. Like, so many of you guys overthink things, and I get it, because we are in life where things are just so complex. You can't say something without someone being offended, or you can't feel something or express a part of yourself without someone feeling some kind of way, or trying to tell you that you're wrong for having feelings, for having a human experience. Spirit is saying keep it simple, right? You don't have to overcomplicate things by feeding into what the world is telling you. The Star card is showing up as a reminder that you know what kind of home you want, you know what kind of dynamic you want, and you know what you're willing to work for. Spirit is asking you to shut the world out so that you can focus. Like, focus. I feel that with the High Priestess here is that the High Priestess is showing up to show you, to reveal parts of you that you are not used to seeing. Also, Divine Masculine, if you are setting your intention for someone who is extremely feminine, whether it be, two men where one is more feminine and one is more masculine, if you are wanting someone that is more feminine, understand that is going to come with you seeing parts of yourself that you may not be used to seeing. You are going to have to understand that wisdom comes in different forms in different spaces. Also, this makes me feel like the divine masculine is the older one in this relationship. Divine masculine is a bit more seasoned. I'm also saying salt and pepper. Divine feminine seems to be a bit younger, but not to a point where it's unacceptable. Does that make sense? I am in no way, shape, or form encouraging anyone to be with someone who they don't need to be with because of age. As long as everyone is where they're supposed to be age-wise, do your thing, handle your business. Spirit is saying to trust in this divine masculine. Where's that emperor at? Where did he go? Where did it go? Oh, in my face right here. Also, the number 4, the emperor is definitely the number 4. Again, this energy is already structured. They have already got their stuff together. They're just waiting on you. You just have to come with the energy of I'm ready to do the work. If you are not ready to do the work, if you are not ready to be honest, if you're not ready to be exposed, if you're not ready to connect, then this is not the energy for you, because this energy is already ready. Divine feminine, I'm letting you know. Like, some of us, some of y'all be calling in partners that got their stuff together, and then when you get it, it's like, well, damn, how do I upkeep with that? And Spirit is like, listen, if this is what you want, you're gonna have to be in that energy. You're gonna have to come with the vibe. Like, come with the vibe, and then it'll be fine. Like, this is someone who's already established. They are not young. Like, this person may also be someone that has an older like essence to them, even if they're younger. Does that make sense? So they could be between the ages of 25 and 45, and you could be within the ages of like 27 to like 30 or whatever, and they come off as like this old soul. This soul is old, meaning that they have so much life experience. The fact that the Page of Cups is in reverse here, for some of you guys, I don't know why I feel like it's somebody that you already know. Like, they've been around for a while now. They have been around for a while. Take it as it resonates. Be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. You have infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. This person has wealth, has wisdom that they can provide for you. Compromise. You also have, yes. Oh my God, I love that. Man holding a coin. Yo. For those of y'all that chose pile number 3, listen, honey. Be open and willing to be taken care of, please. Happy family. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. My battery actually died. But the last card that we got here was happy family, and we also got 10 of pentacles here. 10 of water, 10 of cups. So I feel like this is definitely something that Spirit is saying, yes. Like, if you decided to choose this, it is so good for you financially, emotionally, spiritually. Like, all aspects are unlocked with this one. And I feel like if you are honest, if you work on yourself, then this is something that you can definitely like experience for the long run. This feels like heavy earth energy. This feels like Taurus and Capricorn. The energy or the man or someone that you're calling in, this divine masculine, has very heavy Taurus and or Capricorn and or Aries vibes. Like, this energy is so established and wealthy, and they make an honest living. Like, this individual makes an honest living. I'm hearing a CEO. Like, oh my goodness, like a CEO. Also, take it as it resonates, but this feels like, have you guys ever seen 50 Shades of Grey? Like, this feels like Mr. Grey, except with, for some of you, with less of like the BDSM side, but some of you it is. And for whatever reason, I feel like, contrary to popular belief, I don't think that, Mr. Grey was the best dominance at all. There were so many things that, that energy was going through. But in this sense, this person or this energy, it's very dominant, but in a very healthy way. And the reason why I brought up the, 50 Shades of Grey is because that's what it feels like. It's like, this is daddy energy. Daddy's taking care of you. And I don't mean that to be weird. It's just like, this energy is like, listen, I have it. I want to give it to you. And that's what I want to do. Like, because I love you, because you're my sweetie pie, and I just want to take care of you, and I love you. Like, I see where you've been. I see what you're doing. You are worth investing in because I know that you are a compliment to me, and I know that I'm a compliment to you because we set our intentions, and look at where we are. Like, I don't have to go constantly looking when there's something right in my face. Your divine partner is very, and I mean very confident. They may not say much, but when they do speak, it is of quality. And they wear quality garments. They take care of themselves. They care about their appearance. They're very crisp. I'm seeing someone wear a suit, and that suit is so black and crisp and clean with a gold watch. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, and it has like this blue, like tinted like shirt underneath it. And I don't really like the whole, like, you know those shoes. Okay, you know those shoes where some guys wear, and they're like these like brownish shoes or like whatever, and like the vibe of them is like they have like these overly inflated egos. I'm not seeing that at all. I'm not seeing those ones. What I am seeing though is I'm seeing the shoes like they're black shoes. And they look good, honey. Like this energy, and I'm seeing red bottoms, like red bottom high heels. Yo, just embrace it. Divine Feminine, if you are someone that's used to paying for things yourself, it's okay. Just open up, girl. Like, just receive it. Just open up, honey. Like, just let it happen. I know that you're used to doing things yourself, and you know you're independent. That's great. Like, keep your independence, right? Like, this energy is not here to take away your independence. If anything, that's what attracted that person to you. Like, they are so attracted to your independence, to your feistiness, to your loveness, to your loveness. They're attracted to the feisty, sexy, vibrant, love, fun, you know, smart, intelligent, you know, perfumey. Like, this feels so good. Like, I love this for y'all. Also, baby making. Y'all gonna have kids. I just saw like a family of 4. Y'all are gonna have kids, right? And then I just heard, I want kids, but with the right one. And I want the right one who got the right money. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with that because you want to be able to be supported, and you also just want to support. But again, Divine Feminine, one last time, if you are not ready to receive that energy, then that energy, you're not going to make it, and it's not going to last. You have to be ready by being in the energy. Also, compromise. Remember, this is not you compromising what you know to be true for you. If anything, with this compromise here, it's like, listen, you may be used to doing things this way, but if you decided to kind of do it a little bit differently and meet this individual down the middle, they can work with you better that way. This is one of those things where it's like you're so used to just being like, okay, this, and that, but Spirit is asking you not to tame it, but to use it when it's appropriate. Does that make sense? Also, proposals are on the way. They want to get married to you. They want a long-lasting life for you, but it's going to take for you to be a bit more open and allow your femininity to shine through. I feel that this is a happy family. I feel that this is just so good. I feel that with things that you want to last long, it's going to take work. I do not feel like this relationship is going to be all butterflies and rainbows. I feel that you guys are going to bump heads sometimes. But if you remember to compromise, and remember that love is the answer. Love is what brought you together. You will be okay. But I do see you guys bumping heads because y'all are some bosses. Like, both of y'all are bosses. Y'all got what y'all need. Y'all got what y'all want. For some of you, you're working to get there. And others, your divine partner is already established. Remember, compromise. Bring what you can and do what you can do. The divine masculine is not asking you to pay for anything. The divine masculine is not asking you what you bring to the table. What the divine masculine is asking you for is to bring you, bring yourself, bring your energy, bring your love, bring your light. Because the divine masculine in this sense is so in tune with his divine feminine to where it knows exactly what is good for it. And it doesn't need approval from anyone else. I love this reading for you guys. And I'm also going to... Oh, yes. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. I feel like this is an encouraging message for you to just allow yourself to be open and that you can do this. Like, you can do this. You can get through this. of Pentacles in reverse here, to me, it's like, tend to yourself. Take care of yourself. Make that good impression. I'm going to pull from these charms, and I'm going to go for them right now. Oh, you guys got that coin. Okay. All right. Immediately, there's a lot of ones. Okay. You guys have cards hitting the yes card here, which of course it would because it's at the top. But you guys have it here. And you also have a lot of things on compromise. You're going to have to start doing things that you're not used to doing. And also with the Ace of Wands here is that this definitely does feel fiery. It feels passionate. It feels sexy. It also really does feel expressive. It feels expansive, and it also feels divine, really. Like, it just feels like this is meant to be. Take your time. This is something that is going to take time to build, but trust and know that you guys are building and that it is for a good cause. It really, really is. I want you to remember that. Also, there's something about the heart space and also being grounded. Also, just trust. You guys have two eyes here. So this to me is bringing me to the High Priestess. Really tune into that divine feminine energy and really tune into what it needs. What you need on an intuitive level. Really allow your intuition to shine through here, because that's what's going to make this such a powerful dynamic. Also, with this flower of life, here's what it looks like. Or is that the seed of life? It's one of those, I can't remember. I think it's it looks like a seed. I can't remember, you guys, but I feel like, oh, I love this. I'm seeing like a triangle. I love this. This looks like the flower of life. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yeah, this is the flower of life here. And I feel like with this is that energy where it's like it holds all things. This is a divine connection to the universe that you guys have. This is divinely aligned. This is a dynamic that you guys set intention for. You could make the shit up if you tried, if you wanted to. You cannot make it up. There's a heavy emphasis on you guys compromising, meeting down the middle. Let compromise be the middle way. Compromise for you is the middle way. You have to just simply do what you can and keep your hands off of what you can't. The key here for you, Divine Feminine, is for you to tend to yourself. Take care of yourself on a physical level and on an emotional level. Nurture yourself. Bring out this more nurturing aspect of you. That is what is needed in this relationship, or in this relationship that you're going to find yourself in, okay? I am loving this for you, honey. I love it. It's so great. It's so divine. It feels good. I'm just loving it. And also, one last thing. You have, what is this? The World card directly on the star, and then you have the sun upside down. This is like one of those things where, wait, what did I say this was? I can't remember. I'm sorry. The World card on the star. This is something dealing with the public. I feel it's like one of those weddings that you like record and like you share it on like on social media platforms. This feels very, very successful. Like, I feel like you guys are so successful. I love this. Divine Feminine, remember to honor your intuition, please. You're gonna need that. Ground yourself in love. Ground yourself in your heart space. Open up a bit more, and that's gonna help. Last card here, we have the Three of Wands. Abundance. Things look very good. Have patience at this time. Make long-term plans. You're planning for the future here with this individual. This is not a short-term relationship. This is long-lasting. Say no to anyone else. Say yes to this, okay? I love you guys so much. And if you guys need anything from me, you guys can visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I'm going to be more consistent with giving you guys messages. And if there's nothing else that I can help you with, also follow along with me over at Magic of Eden on Instagram, where I share other videos. And I will catch you in my next video. Okay, you guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for meeting me over here at pile number 4. If you guys chose this pile, then this is your message. And the card that we have here to start off with is All There Is to Love Has Been There All Along. It's right in front of your face. And I feel like the vibe that I'm getting is that I'm picking up on the fact that there may have been some arguments in your current relationship that you have had, and there's something that someone was missing. Like there's something that somebody was missing, and it was kind of keeping them away from seeing what was right in front of them all along. From some of you guys, this is one of those vibes where some people don't know what they have until it's gone type of vibe. That's what I'm getting, but we're gonna see what this is all about. And if you guys hear anything in my background, I apologize. My kids are very vocal tonight, and they're not in bed yet. Okay, this is the first card to come out. Wow, speaking of things, you know, all there is to love has been there all along. You got the 7 of Cups in reverse. Look no further. Wow, look no further. Look no further, because what you could ever want is already here. And that's interesting with the 9 of Cups coming up in reverse as well. Some of you guys were contemplating on leaving the relationship. Some of you guys were going to leave. There's something about... There's definitely something about, like, it already being there. And instead of you guys choosing to leave, this is one of those things where you have to go through it together. Look no further. Look no further, meaning that there's something already here. There's something that's already been established. Ooh, okay. The energies can be very combative. And I say that because you have the Queen of Wands here, and then you have the Knight of Wands here. This feels like Divine Feminine is a bit more mature than Divine Masculine, and Divine Masculine has some growing up to do. And that's the reason why it's not working for some of you guys. Divine Masculine is just simply not acting right. The Lovers. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. I feel like this is already an established relationship. And there are some things that need tweaking and changing. Yeah, energies like not working together. They just feel it's the energy that's discombobulated. What I feel right now is that there's someone that needs to give some type of wisdom to you guys. And I don't know why, but I feel like a mediator or like counseling would help for some of you. Thinking before you speak. I don't know why this is making me feel like Divine Feminine, you see a problem, you see an issue, and the other person just feels like they're just oblivious to it, or they just act like they don't know. And because they're just not as mature as you are, probably, like you probably bring out a version of them that is unevolved or immature, and it's like your presence alone makes them change in ways that they're not ready for. 6 of Cups. Wow, we have the 6 of Cups here. The past is brought up a lot in this relationship. This is one of those things where it feels like there is just constant, like, not competition, but this constant combating, because there's something about the past that hasn't been let go of yet, because there's something that someone is having an extremely hard time getting over. And you feel like there's this... water is clear on the other side, but in fact, if you really pay attention, it's actually not, because you can actually work to filter out the water that you have right now. What I just heard was clean out the fish tank. The water has been here for too long, and it's time for this fish tank to be cleared and cleaned out. Remove the fish, take the water out, clean, right? And be very careful as to how you take the fish out, because it could be a shock to the fish and you can kill the fish. And there's something very specific about being very careful as to how you clean this tank and how you remove this thing to where it doesn't feel overwhelmed by being moved. Be very gentle and very careful. That way, again, you are not shocking the energy. And it feels like what that message is when you're dealing with the emotional aspect and moving from one place to another, you want to be very careful not to be too rough with it, because if you are, you could risk ruining this thing. Because what you're doing is you're taking yourself out of one space or out of this one place so that you can get ready to clean everything else that is plaguing, that is acting as a toxin to this space. What I feel here is that there needs to be something let out or something said. That way you can clear it all out. After all, we are in Scorpio season. The past is coming up a lot. What I'm hearing is that there was cheating done in the past. If you were looking for clarity to see if someone cheated, then more than likely this is what I'm hearing, that there definitely was some cheating that was involved, right? Knight of Swords is here. Yeah, this is going to take some of you guys being a bit more witty than what you're used to. High Priestess is here. All right, so the High Priestess is showing up now. I feel like what the High Priestess here is that there's something that needs to be said, and there's something that this energy knows that they're just waiting for the right moment to say. If you are someone that, if you're with somebody who doesn't talk much and who doesn't say much and they play it off as everything is okay, know that everything is not okay, because they're picking up on shit that they're not talking about, or they're picking up on things that they're not talking about, and they're waiting for it, but they want you to realize it. Divine Feminine feels very passive, and I think that the reason why Divine Feminine has been very passive lately is because even though Divine Feminine knows that this is a relationship that is worth working on, Divine Feminine is kind of tired of the irresponsibility, the immaturity. Divine Feminine is tired of that. So if you are Divine Masculine listening to this reading right now, it is time for you to step it up, because too many times has Divine Feminine put forth the effort to keep these things together. Too many times has she invested her energy or its energy to not receive enough back. Divine Masculine, it is time for you to grow up. If you want to save the relationship, you are going to have to grow up. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that as far as understanding, how does the Divine Feminine feel? What is the Divine Feminine feeling? Is Divine Feminine hungry? What is it that you can do to help with this relationship and this dynamic? I'm feeling right now that, in all honesty, it feels like you guys have such a dynamic that has a lot of potential, but that's all it is a potential until you do what you need to do to make it grow. It's not going to grow on its own. What I'm hearing for some of you guys is that Divine Masculine may not, I just heard you're broke. Like, it's like, I need you to get your money up because I'm tired of being the one to constantly give and give and give, and you're not giving enough. Divine Masculine, you are going to have to get creative as to how you are going to bring in income. You're going to have to get very creative as to how you provide for your family. There definitely is a child involved here, especially with the Six of Cups. There's a child involved. I feel honestly like there's something. I just heard that there was a split. Like, for some of you guys, there was a split. And the reason why there was a split is because there were some things that were said that were not very kind. And there were some things that were just going on constantly, and you needed a break. I feel that with the King of Earth in reverse here, with the Lover's card, is that the foundation of this, or the relationship, is rooted in instability and insecurity. And it was insecurity of the finances, it was insecurity of the emotions, it was insecurity and lack of, of higher intelligence coming from one person. And I feel that because of that, it's like one person just simply needed the freedom to think and wanted the freedom to be what they wanted to be without any constraints or whatnot. And the other person was just like, listen, you asked to be in this, and I'm not going to continue to settle. Because if you want to be with me, then you need to work. You need to do what you need to do, because I don't want to keep doing that. High Priestess here, Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands here is pointing me to someone that has a Sag moon And or they may be a Sagittarius, or they may be quiet, or they come off as quiet, but when they get pissed, it's like, oh my goodness, like I had no idea that you were capable of saying these things or doing these things or whatever. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is that there really does need to be some type of mediator and or someone that sits you down and really asks you, what is it that you really do want, and are you able to provide that? Divine Masculine, you are being put on the spot here, and I don't mean that to be rude or mean. I'm saying that because it is a part of growth. Divine Masculine, again, you are being put on the spot. Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, King of Wands. You see King of Wands. You have to step up, Divine Masculine, and the reason why is because Queen here, High Priestess here, who this energy is, the energy is they can be very passive, and they've been passive for a while. They have been. But now Divine Feminine is speaking up, and the words that they're choosing is not very palatable. And I don't know why I'm hearing this, but it's like you have to ask yourself, okay, but are they lying? Is this energy lying? What I also want to point out, Divine Feminine, is that you might be being a little verbally abusive. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean, Divine Feminine, that you have to be very careful as to what you say, how you say it, when you say it, and who you say it to. Because it can come off as very verbally abusive. And I think the reason why is because you're just tired. And I don't want to excuse you, because we should never aim to verbally abuse anyone. I just think that what Spirit wants you to know is that love has been there all along. Allow love to guide your words with this one. Trust in what you feel and say what you need to say, but let's do it in a different way. That way, what we're trying to convey is actually being received by the recipient. Does that make sense? And I really do feel like with this King of Wands here, again, King of, Divine Masculine, it is time for you to grow up. Divine Feminine is not getting what it wants. It's not. There's some evolving that needs to happen around resources. I just keep hearing to get your money up. Not that money solves all problems, but it does solve some. And before you even get to that point, you have to be in the mindset. Also, the past. What Spirit is saying is to please stop bringing up the past, because it won't help. Like, what we need to do is focus on practical solutions to help us move forward. If you are going to bring up the past, let's do it in a way that is more constructive so that we don't go down that path again. That is what Spirit is saying. Spirit, do you have any other messages to give to pile number 3 with our tarot card, Spirit? What else is it that you need to say? Six of Swords. Yep, there definitely is a moving on that is definitely happening. Also, with the Six of Swords here, I feel like if you guys were looking to see if you were going to get some type of like clarity, I feel like clarity is definitely on the way. Take time to sit with yourself and really think. Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine may not be able to see things from your perspective or see things as clearly as you. I don't think they were used to, and I think that it has something to do with their upbringing. Because of how they're brought up and like the dynamic around like the family, specifically the mother and the father, there was something dealing with their childhood to where they are not able to make very many decisions. I'm hearing the word Gemini energy. This person may be a Gemini, because Gemini energy tends to be very flowy and just out there and just like, F it, I'm going to detach because whatever, I'm in La La Land right now. Like, I'm just in the clouds. And sometimes they have a very hard time with grounding themselves and articulating and coming up with a plan, because that's just how they're just free. Spirit is saying that you guys can use that to your advantage. Freelance artistry, doing things, jack of all trades. Think about your gifts and your talents. Really focus in on those and get creative as to how you're going to bring in more income and revenue. And also think creatively about how to solve the issue. You have to be willing to use your mind merged with your intuition. And that specifically is to you, Divine Masculine. And also, it's going to take work. You've got to do the work. You're working divine. This feels like earth and air energy meeting together. Like, not even joking around. And on paper, earth and air don't make sense, but you have to be in it to understand that it does make sense. Okay. Purification. It's time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. This really does look like I'm seeing, what is that? Frankincense tears with this too. Frankincense is with this one. I'm seeing lemons and limes, but in a bathtub. Also, sensitivity. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. Divine Feminine. You have to be very careful as to what you're putting on your body, in your body, because it's plaguing your thought process right now. Also, within the next few months. Give yourself a few more months to decide. Also, give yourself a few more months to work it out. Recovery. Okay, that makes so much sense. The Thinking Woman. Broken Heart. And, wow. Oh, yeah, all there is to love has been all along. Okay. When you begin to find love in people and places where you haven't found it before, it's always because you've grown. You so rock the universe. So basically, this to me is like looking at looking at the person and with eyes of love, and you'll understand them a bit more. Love and compassion, but also what I feel like is that what is going on in your because again, this is the current relationship, so it does feel like there's definitely some tweaking that needs to be made, and I feel like leaning more toward love is going to help in this one. Like, it really does feel that way. I do feel that Divine Feminine is brokenhearted. Divine Feminine is really thinking and contemplating, and all she can think about is how, well, I'm sorry, I keep saying she, but all Divine Feminine can think about is how it felt in the past, where Divine Feminine kept putting forth this energy, this time. And also, Divine Feminine was the one that gave birth to the child. To a baby girl, and or a baby that's obviously that's very, feminine and very, they're not very like outgoing right now, or maybe they are, but the way that the child is like they have this energy that is very playful, very light, and very just, how you have some kids and the energy is very like, it's very hyper and very active and very going. This child seems to be very like receptive and sensitive, and they feel what's going on with mom and dad. Like there's a child in the mix here, and I feel like it's because of that it makes it even more complicated. What I feel like is allowing time. Just take whatever time you guys are in, because I feel like you guys are in a separated phase for some of you. Just take time to think, reflect, release, and let go. Feel all of your feelings, because that's the proper way to release. You have to feel it all and not suppress it. And I do feel that you're growing increasingly sensitive, and the reason Divine Feminine is because there's so many changes that you're going through as a Divine Feminine, as the more receptive one, and I feel like you're leaning more into that softness, and don't jeopardize or compromise that for anything, for anyone. The Thinking Woman. This is literally a woman feeling this way. I feel that. I feel like you guys are going to get back together. I feel like if you were looking for some sign that you guys are going to get back together, you are going to get back together. It just takes a little bit more work and being more creative as to how the dynamic can work. I really feel that, because the fact that Spirit said that all there is to love has been there all along, this means to me that this is immediately going on in your current relationship. You guys are going to recover. Just give it a little bit more time. Within the next few months. I just heard February. What are we in? August? No, we're not. We're in October, November, December, January. So between January and February is when I see you making that decision. And maybe even March, I'm seeing springtime. Spring. Like, this feels like spring. I feel like that's when you'll be able to finally make that decision. And I feel like it's, whatever this decision is, it feels so palatable and so beautiful and so amazing. A person can have a change of heart in a little time. That's what Spirit wants you to know. So, thank you. Oh, yeah, before we go, I'm going to go ahead and dive into this bowl of charms. I'm going in 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Let's just do it. Okay, stop. What do we have here? Immediately, the Sun card is here. The World card is here. Immediately. This is connecting me to the throat for whatever reason. and also being grounded. I think what Spirit is saying is to speak up a bit. I also feel like say what's on your heart and be honest and be fair in your ways of communication right now. I just heard the word short-tempered. Divine Feminine seems a bit short-tempered more than usual. This could be due to postpartum. This could be due to whatever type of like depression that may be coming up for Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine is just simply tired. The swan here, oh my God, that's a swan. I feel like with this swan here, it's so beautiful and so loving and so amazing. I'm seeing like, there's like this swamp. Louisiana, I'm seeing Louisiana with this. That's so interesting that we got the swamp. I don't know if there's swans there, but there's something about a swamp. And also New Orleans, Louisiana specifically. Also, Princess and the Frog is coming through. Is that the baby's favorite movie? I don't know, but Princess and the Frog is coming through. With that one, there's something very magical. Wow, that's the reason why. Princess Tiana would be the Divine Feminine in this way, in some ways. And then the Divine Masculine is, you know, Prince Naveen or something like that. That's it. And so Prince Naveen has to figure out a way to grow up and do things himself. And it's a bit harder. Like, they have so many similarities. That's very, 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 very specific for somebody. And also with this green firefly here, I think, no, that's a dragonfly. This is definitely a dragonfly. Look up the symbolism of the dragonfly, but also the Ramon, Ray, he would be the energy of like the mediator. Like, that's what that feels like. Wow. How do we get this from charms? That is so wild. And then you have lips here. A gentle kiss, like lips, a kiss. Wow. And I'm hearing a song by Ray J. If I Had One Wish. Wow, if I had one wish, I would do this. Or if I had a chance to take it back, I would. If I had a chance to do better, I would. I just need a chance to make it right and make it better. That's what I hear someone saying. But anyways, that's the last message that I do see happening, that I see coming through for you guys. I love this for you so much. Like, I love the fact that Spirit has its hands on you. Also, last thing, actually, we have a clam here that I love. And the part of the clam that was showing was the pearl. If you wait a little bit longer and give yourself some time, you'll be astounded as to what you can find and what you can see. All right? Okay, you guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening to this message. If you need anything from me, if you need any spiritual essentials, visit me online at CassandraTurner.com. If you guys want to, you guys can hold my hand over at Magic of Eden on Instagram. I do post videos of little readings and things like that, and, information on how you can work your magic. And if there's nothing else, I love you, and I will catch you all in my next video.